Hi everyone, welcome to our session today. So today's session is again on character building. We are going to be talking about the fifth and the final virtue that Master Choa Kok Sui talks about, which is called moderation and non-excessiveness. So as we start, let's do an invocation. Let's close our eyes, connect the tongue to the palate. Let's be aware of everything that we have received. Let us do the invocation with an attitude of gratitude. Let us invoke to the Supreme God, Divine Father, Divine Mother. We thank you for your priceless blessings, for divine light, divine love, divine guidance, divine love, mercy, inner healing, physical healing. Thank you for the inner strength to practice regularly. Thank you for your divine help and protection, for illumination, abundance, and prosperity. We thank you. Let's do the soul affirmation. I am that I am. I am not the body. I am not the emotions. I am not the thoughts. I am the soul. I am a spiritual being of divine intelligence, divine love, and divine power. I am one with my higher soul. I am that I am. I am one with the divine spark within me. I am a child of God. I am connected with God. I am one with God, and I am one with all. Let's feel the oneness. Okay. So let's start with Super Brain Yoga. Super Brain Yoga is to help balance our chakras, our upper chakras and our lower chakras. So please face east. Connect the tongue to the palate. Keep your feet shoulder width apart. And what we're going to do is, as we do an inhalation, we're going to do a semi squat. And as we do an exhalation, we're going to come up. Okay. If you're in your menstrual cycle, please don't do this exercise. Again, this has nothing to do with religion or morals. It's basically we don't want the energy from the lower chakras circulating up at this time, in case you have your menstrual cycle. Okay, so let's start. So Priya is just going to help us demonstrate. So let's cross our arms in front of our chest. Make sure the right hand is on top. And as we inhale, do a semi squat. And as we exhale, come up. Okay, so let's start. Inhale, go down. One. Inhale, go down. Two. Inhale, go down. Three. Inhale, go down. Four. Inhale, go down. Five. And inhale, go down. Six. And the last one. Let's stabilize our energy. Okay, so what does Master Choa have to say about moderation? So we're going to read a few lines from the book Compassionate Objectivity. So before I start, I'm just going to share this creative that we had made. So as you can see, like we have this 180-degree angle, and we have these three segments in it. And basically, what we are trying to convey through this is that there has to be a balance. We can't be working all the way down to the red area, which basically means that we're going to be exhausted. And it also includes not entertaining ourselves that much. But anyway, let's see what Master Choa has to say. He says moderation requires discernment. One of the beauties with Master Choa's work is that it's never do this or don't do this. It's always so thoughtful. So this is what he says: moderation requires discernment. It varies from person to person. What is moderate for one may not be moderate for another. So if I remember correctly, in some of the videos that Master Choa, that we see when we do Arhatic yoga, is I remember in one of the videos he basically talks about the consumption of alcohol, and I think he jokes that when it comes to the Germans, we'll allow them more beer. Just simply because that's just their culture. Okay, so it's very interesting how he puts it across that what is moderate for one person may not be moderate for another person. Okay, so that's one thing to keep in mind whenever we are doing something, whether it comes to food, whether it comes to clothing, whether it comes to even money, perhaps. Okay, he also says that moderation is one of the secrets of prosperity. So don't spend beyond your budget. Now, sometimes I come across people and they say, I'm not able to do this, or I'm not able to, even things like take healing, for example, I'm not able to do it because I don't have the budget. Now, one of the things that I wanted to say here is that one is that when you take healing, you're actually improving your life so much at the physical level, emotional level, and the financial level, that most people, some people think that not getting pranic healing is a way of saving money. For me, it's been the opposite. And all I will say is that you can also try and you can see if you also find it the same way. Okay, don't believe what I have to say. Try it for yourself. The other beautiful thing he says is what you waste will be taken away. So this is very interesting, because sometimes we perhaps we have like a stockpile of clothes that we're not using, and neither is anybody else, and it's just kind of gathering dust in our almirah or our storeroom, whatever it is. And so no one else is using it, and over time that item will probably get spoiled because of fungus or whatever animals, rats may eat it, and so it's of use to no one. So basically, I think what he's trying to say is that if we waste something, then it'll be taken away from us, which means next time we won't get that much. Now that makes sense, right? Because if our parent, well, if you remember, if you go back to childhood, when our parents gave us pocket money, if we spent it properly, then we got more money. If we wasted it, we did stupid things with it, then we didn't get any more money, right? So it's something that even parents do, and it's a good idea to teach our children this particular thing. So I always encourage my clients to give a budget to their children and let the children spend and see what they spend on. And as they spend on different things, try to guide them in about spending, about saving, about also about tithing. So we have a couple of videos already on how to tithe and the financial applications of twin hearts, so you can see that. But when it comes to children, it's a good idea, even if you're giving them, let's say, 100 rupees, it's a good idea to encourage them to buy a packet of biscuits or moody or something like that, like 10 rupees, and give it to someone on the street who may be hungry, because then they develop the attitude of giving. Okay, so even from the 100 rupees of pocket money, if they can give 10 rupees, which is tithing, then for life you have actually done them a huge favor, because then they will always hopefully tithe. And if they tithe always, then the flow will keep coming. What does master have to say about that? He says, within abundance is the seed of poverty, unless you practice tithing, moderation, and industriousness. So we have to always keep in mind that whatever we have, a little bit of it needs to go to other people. Okay? He says, live a life of moderation, save and invest intelligently. Now, one of the things that I would like to share is that whatever income we have, whenever we have the income, it's a good idea to basically divide it up. Okay, divide it up into three parts. 10% straight away goes for tithing. The remaining, you can either choose to spend, the remaining portion, which is 45%, or you can choose to save 45%. Um, we generally suggest that you save 30 to 45% of your income. Okay, 30% definitely. If it's very, very tough, try and save 20% to begin with. Because what that does is when you have that money, stacked up, then it gives a great amount of security. It really helps us to have a clear mind and do things. And sometimes when people say, my expenses are so high, try to see how you can reduce your expenses. Now, one of the ways to reduce expenses, really honestly, is to learn pranic healing, because then with pranic healing you can heal your body. That will cut down your medical expenses. It will We will teach you techniques to heal your relationships, which will cut down the amount of probably miscommunication that happens in a household, wastage that happens in a household because of lack of harmony. Then everyone's harmonized, and then your household budget will come into balance because everyone's cooperating and everyone's harmonious. And of course, we have, think courses like Kriya Shakti, where you can learn to manifest money, relationships, and other things. So, the investment in pranic healing will help you to balance everything else. And the last thing I would also like to say is that if you really are in a really bad patch and unfortunately you don't have the money to tithe even 10%, then maybe you can borrow. And yeah, tithing is really, really important. It's like sowing seeds. And so master always says that you must be moderate, because when you're moderate, that's when you have seeds. So let's say there's a farmer, right? And he's got, let's say, I don't know, 100 quintals of grain. Now, if out of those 100 quintals of grain, he doesn't put aside at least 10 quintals to sow for the next season, and he just consumes the entire 100 quintals, what's going to be left for, like, the next sowing season, right? So similarly, moderation and tithing also does the same thing for us. The seed money. I don't know how many of you, like, I'm from the finance industry. I went to the Wharton School of Business. Um, and so I remember when we used to talk to, financial advisors, what they used to say is that even if you have a small salary and you start to put away, you know, certain percentage of it, 20 to 30% of it at a very young age or early, then the effect of compounding is very, very great. Okay. And so keep that in mind, because the more you put away, the more the money will grow. It's like stacking up one on top of the other. Okay. So he says live a life of moderation, save and invest intelligently. He also says to have fun is good, to have money is good, but practice moderation. Live within your means. So in case you feel that you don't have the budget for an expensive meal or an expensive dress, don't get it. Don't get it right now. Just save the money. Get your 10% tithing, get your 20 to 30% saving, spend the rest of it. And even in that spending, try to moderate, try to. I remember I had this friend when I was working in the US, and he would actually iron his clothes himself, because I know over here we all iron our clothes, but in the US it's kind of, I guess at that point it was like, okay, send it to the dry cleaners. He said, I save $2.50 for every shirt, I might as well iron it myself. Okay, so simple things like that. I'm sure there's something that we can do, where we can cut down on our frivolous expenses. One of the one of the expenses that I found that can really drain a family's finances are addictions, unfortunately. So, if there's an alcohol addiction or a smoking addiction, there is a lot of money that goes into that. So, in case you have somebody in the family who is in that kind of situation, give them a lot of blessings, give them a lot of love, see how you can help them, like meet their requirements for these uh, substances. Try and replace it with love and affection. It's a longish process, but it is an effective process. And of course, you can do pranic healing. You can learn pranic healing, and you can do healing for them. You'll require to do pranic psychotherapy. Okay. Master also says, do not overwork. Keep your body healthy. He also talks about moderation in relation to sex, and he says we must have a healthy attitude towards sex. At the same time, it means that one must transmute some of the sex energy for psychological and spiritual development. So again, when we do the super brain yoga in the sessions, we are basically doing a transmutation of sexual energy. So we take the energy from the lower chakras and we move them to the upper chakras, and we take the energy from the upper chakras and move them to the lower chakras. And that's what the up and down is about. And that's also the reason why we suggest that if you're in your menstrual cycle 2 days before and 2 days after, you don't do this exercise, for the simple reason that you don't want what is considered a waste product by the female body to go up into the brain. Okay, so that's the idea. Okay. um, and what's very interesting is that this is again in Master Choa's book. Okay, he says drinking beer and watching TV most of the time may not be very productive. So, for some of us, perhaps we are at home, perhaps we feel that we can't go out and work or whatever it is. One thing that you can definitely do is you can raise your hands in blessing position and you can bless. Open your crown, open your heart, and just bless whatever you want, bless. And if I think there was a story about Annie Besant, how she would read the newspaper, and whenever she read about something that was negative or that someone was suffering, she would just pray for them and she would bless them. So okay, so don't forget that blessing and just praying for someone is also a service, and it's a great way of improving our karma, our karmic balance sheet. Okay. As far as sexual transmutation after menopause, yes, you can do it anytime after menopause. There are no restrictions. Okay. So if there are any questions, please put them in the chat box. We'll try to answer them. And those of us who are watching this on YouTube, if you want to take our mass healing and attend our meditation, you need to join us live at 4 p.m. India Standard Time by texting the number below. And so today we'll do healing for those chakras that are related to moderation. And of course, those of us who are Aratik yogis, we know which chakras those are, practicing Aratik yogis. And for the rest of us, just relax, let go of any inhibitions related to moderation. If you have anything you need healing for, like addictions, you can just put them out in your aura and we'll try to remove them. Okay. Let's be aware of our crown, the top of the head, our heart, our hands, and let's bless Mother Earth. We've already blessed Mother Earth. Now let's bless Mother Earth with specifically whatever we require. Okay. So let's say, for example, you're looking for a vacation. You've been home for too long. So, let's bless everybody on the planet Earth who wants a vacation with a vacation. Okay. So this is how we basically use the power of blessings to manifest what we want. As I think Master Choa Kok Sui said somewhere, that it is difficult to predict the future, it is easier to create the future. So we create the future with blessings. Okay, so let's bless. Let's bless every person, every being. If you want a vacation, bless everyone with a vacation. If you want a relationship to manifest in your life, bless everyone with a beautiful, harmonious relationship. There's a certain income target that you have. Bless everyone on the planet with the ability to manifest their income target. If you have a spiritual target, let's bless everyone with the manifestation of their spiritual target. Sometimes we may be in difficult situations, and sometimes we may also need to forgive some people. So let's bless all the people that we need to forgive. Inhale and exhale. Okay. So a couple of things that I wanted to add here. One is, of course, we talked about a little bit about the smoking addiction and the alcohol addiction, but there's also something called food addiction, right? In the sense that, let's say, for example, we're very fond of food, so then we eat a lot and then we have digestive problems and then we have to take care of those digestive problems. So, if you just start thinking about moderation in that manner, when you eat moderately, then you have a less expenses on food, and two, you don't fall sick, so you don't have medical expenses, right? So again, for everything that we talked about, it's a good idea to just think of how you can manifest it in your own life. So let's do that. Let's take a few minutes, close our eyes, connect the tongue to the palate. That will give us some good ideas on what is it that we can do to practice moderation and non-excessiveness in our life. It could be something really simple. Okay, so let's energize our wish to have moderation in our lives, to tithe 10%. Also, on the topic of tithing, I just wanted to add that just like, when you eat at McDonald's, you don't pay KFC. So, similarly, if you are gaining something from our school, our center, our team, then it is also expected that you will help our team, our center, and of course, the School of Pranic Healing. Okay, so just keep that in mind for moderation. You don't eat at McDonald's and pay KFC, or the other way around, eat at KFC and pay McDonald's. Okay. The next thing is saving 10 to 20, 20 to 30% of your income, and the rest of it you can spend and try to stay within your means. Okay. So those of us who are still blessing, let's bless our homes. Let's bless our homes with peace, with harmony, friendly conversations with moderation in whatever areas is required by ourselves and our family members. Let's bless our workplace. Let's especially bless our clients. If they are pranic healing clients, let's bless them with rapid recovery. If they are non-pranic healing clients, business clients, bless them that they are paid well, that they are prosperous, so that they can engage our services and we can all live happily. Okay, so let's do that. Let's bless our clients, our employees, employers, people who we work with, people who work for us, with us. Okay. Okay, let's massage our face, our scalp, our neck, our shoulders, chest. Also, we have the basic pranic healing and the advanced pranic healing workshop coming up soon. So, in case anyone's interested, we have a half day format as well as a full day format. So, just let us know on our number and we will take care of that. Okay. Okay. One sec. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed our session on moderation and non excessiveness. This is part of a series called Character Building. Basically, the idea is that we build our character step by step. We all know that it's good to be honest, it's good to be kind, but if we expect that from ourselves like overnight, and we expect that from other people, then there's probably going to be a little bit of a problem. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to build our character slowly. So suppose I get irritated or angry about something. It's like, okay, today I got angry about something. Maybe I didn't need to scold that person that much. Okay, and then we slowly improve our character. So it's a step by step process, and I wish you all the best on this particular path. So see you soon, and have a great day, and I hope you had a good meditation and a good healing. Thank you.